When First Class came out in 2011, and it gave air to a dying franchise that was the X-Men franchise for a long time after Last Stand and X-Men Origins. The story itself is okay. Not the it honestly isn't the best one, but as in the story itself, but it's fun and it actually is good compared to the last two outings in the X-Men franchise. But the thing that truly carries this movie is the cast, the new cast and the new X-Men that we get introduced to. James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender are standouts. They portray Professor X and Magneto with such expertise, and it honestly seems uncanny that they portray Magneto and Professor X so perfectly. This movie gets back to what made the first two X Men films so great and immersive. It really focuses more on the characters and the dynamic of being a mutant in a world where people don't understand and they fear things that are different or people that are different than them. That's one of the things that this movie does really well, and it portrays it really well throughout the whole entire movie. This movie has a good 60s vibe to it. I love the vibe from it. I love the whole Cold War era type of thing. It's a new way to see the X Men, and it's really interesting and fresh. Okay, I'm gonna give two points that make this movie kind of not the it kind of holds this movie down for me, and that is the first one is that there are too many mutants in this movie. There are way too many mutants. They because they add so many mutants into the movie, and they tend to focus less on the ones that really matter, and then they just focus on the ones who don't, or just the side mutants that no one really cares about. And then the second one is that the action scenes in this movie aren't the best, in my opinion. I think the action scenes are kind of distracting and they're kind of boring to watch. Like it's really hard to see what's going on, really hard to comprehend. But this movie is honestly a truly a prequel to Magneto and Professor X and the relationship and the dynamic that we get to see in the first trilogy. Fassbender and McAvoy completely carry this film and take it to a new level with their acting and interpretations of these two famous characters. Prior to Days of Future Past, this was my favorite X Men movie. And I have to admit, this is the first movie that we see from the X Men franchise that does not need Wolverine in order to succeed. And that's a really good breath of fresh air for the franchise. And I honestly have to give this movie an 8 out of 10. I really enjoy this movie, but it has some weak points. Compared to the X Men movies that we have now in 2017, it's not the best anymore, but it surely is one of the better ones. Let me ask you guys, what did you guys think of X Men First Class? Comment below and let me know. If you like this video, like and subscribe. Check out my reviews of the other X Men movies.